The invite has a surprisingly profound message about love. As a remake of the 2020 Spanish film The People Upstairs, the invite follows a couple in a tumultuous relationship. They are not having a great time. So when the people upstairs join them for dinner, a lot of lunacy ensues. My initial idea of the movie was that it was going to follow a pair of swingers, or people who practice in polyamory. People who are in a committed relationship but who openly swap sexual partners and participate in group activities. So, when the invite wanted to cover this topic, I was excited to see what they would have to say about swingers. And to my surprise, it was actually way more profound than I thought it was going to be. The invite follows Joe, played by Seth Rogen, and Angela, played by Olivia Wilde, who entertain their upstairs neighbors for a party with Penelope Cruz playing Pina and Edward Norton as Hawk. And the entire dinner party was bonkers. It was actually very uncomfortable and yet shockingly entertaining to watch. The way that the relationship sort of crumbled in front of the other couple just played off so well. And I can understand that this came from a play first because it does feel very much like a stage play. That being said, the movie was funny. It was exciting. It was crazy. And I cannot get enough of how wild it was. But when the couple of Hawk and Pina reveal themselves to engage in sex parties upstairs, that is where the movie sort of began to take hold for me. The whole time, Joe and Angela have been having a tremendously awful relationship. They are only together because of their daughter. The love they had for each other had disintegrated. It was gone. But when they find out that their upstairs neighbors were swingers and that they could participate in an orgy with them, it tantalizes them. It gets them super excited to partake in these activities with these people. And that is where the profound meaning of love starts to take hold. Because these characters, Joe and Angela, are truly experiencing a loss of love not only in their relationship, but with themselves. Angela, who is very neurotic and is a stay at home wife, feels trapped in her relationship. She walks by the window naked so that other people can desire her. She feels caged and wants something greater. So the idea of engaging in an orgy with this couple is exciting. It liberates her. It showcases her such a freedom that she can experience happiness and joy, which is why she's so eager to please the neighbors. She sees them as a way out, a way of connection, a way of feeling happy. And that's why when they also talk about the idea of the loud noises, the orgasms coming from upstairs, she does not want to talk about it at all. She wants them to have their happiness because she knows how important happiness is. Where on the other hand, Joe doesn't feel caged. He feels brought down by his own failure. As part of a band and then now teaching music at a school, he feels like he's failed in his career, in his marriage, and just overall in life. The weight of his own failure brings him down to the point where he cannot express love to Angela anymore. All he has is bitterness, and his hatred for himself reflects onto Angela. And Angela's hatred about her situation also reflects back on Joe. And they become a couple who do not try to fix things, which is why they are inherently jealous of Pina and Hawk, a couple who genuinely seem happy with their choices in life. Now, say what you will about swingers and polyamory, the movie doesn't take a moral stance on if that is right or not. It takes a stance about comparing yourself to others. Because Joe feels super jealous of Hawk. He finds his wife Pina attractive. And the idea that Hawk was a fireman gets his gears going. He is so upset that they're having wild sex upstairs. He feels bogged down by his failure, and that is just a reminder of how much he's failed in life. Angela's jealousy, on the other hand, comes from seeing Pina as a liberated woman. As a sexologist that Pina is, she feels that she could learn so much, and she feels desperately in need of attention, of desire, something that she doesn't get from her husband. So, when they try to do this whole orgy thing happens, it doesn't work out. Even when they try swapping partners, it doesn't work out. Why? It is because they are searching for validation in all the wrong places. Both Joe and Angela are seeking affection and desire from these people who will never be the answer, because love has to come from you. It cannot come from outside sources. And because they both do not have love for themselves, they mess up this whole interaction of having an orgy. Angela could barely get out of her clothes, the clothes that feel so constricting and so tight. She cannot get out of it. She cannot break free from her cage. And then Joe falls over because he's so insecure about himself. He doesn't feel like he can live up to anyone's expectation because he sees himself as a failure. So when he falls over and hurts his back isn't the problem. It is the weight of his own self-doubt that prevents him from taking part in this orgy. I am saying orgy a lot. This is probably the most I've ever said orgy in my life. So in the final moments of the movie, both Angela and Joe realize that this relationship is over, primarily because the relationship they had with themselves is destroyed. They have no love for themselves in this relationship. Joe doesn't play music. Angela doesn't do anything she loves. Both of them are experiencing such suffering at the hands of their own choices and their own doubts, which is why seeing Pina and Hawk in a loving relationship, even able to have a spat and not have everything crumble in front of them, brings them so much envy. They want that life. But Pina says something very profound as the therapist. She says this relationship is over. And that's true, but not for the reason that they don't love each other. It's because the relationship that they have with themselves is gone, and they will need to rebuild it before reconnecting again. Which is why the last final scene of Joe playing the piano is so poignant. It recognizes that love has to come from you. You need to put your own oxygen mask on before helping anyone else. And when you can truly try to love yourself, then you could love the people around you. And that is what the invite wants to teach you about love. You're not going to find it from a polyamorous relationship. You're not going to find it from multiple sexual partners. You're going to find love from you. Because love is effort. You have to put effort in a relationship with your partner, with your children, with anyone who you love in this world. You have to put effort. And that effort has to come from you. You have to be the one to love yourself first. Just like we put effort in our New Year's resolutions, but it wavers by the end of the year. Just as we wake up every day ready to go, and by the end of the night, our enthusiasm wavers. You need to provide yourself enough love and care to get you all the way through the year. Not just at the beginning of the relationship, not just at the beginning of the day or the month or the year. It needs to be throughout the entire time because love is effort. But that's what I could glean what the invite wanted to say. Again, I thought it was going to say a lot more about polyamory and swingers as relationships, but it showcased a profound message about what love actually is. But enough about what I thought about the movie. I want to hear what you all thought about the invite down in the comments. Do you agree or disagree with my opinions about it? Or what did you take away from the movie? Did you see love in a different light? Did you think that they end up together at the end or that they split apart? Because no matter what, the way I see it is that their relationship is over. Anything that happens after is truly going to be from their own effort. Let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like and subscribing for more. As always, check the links in the description for my main video essay channel, and my Patreon to support the channel and recommend media for me to review next. Thank you all to my current Patreon members whose memberships keep this channel afloat. I am so grateful you are all here with me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.